Hello and welcome. This week I took this old dresser and attempted to restore it. Follow along and see if I was successful or not. I couldn't tell if the paint job on this was the original to this piece or if it was done at a later time. Given its age, I thought it would be best or safest to check for lead and make sure it didn't contain any. If you've ever wanted to check for lead on anything you're going to be working on, you can easily pick some of these lead tests from your hardware store or even Amazon. After following the instructions, it didn't appear to have any lead traces, so I felt comfortable continuing. I removed all of the hardware, and since it is missing some, I will not be reusing it for this piece specifically. After removing all of the drawers, I set up to begin the stripping process. I prefer to strip things because it allows me to get other stuff done while I am waiting for the stripper to do its job. I used a good thick layer of 15-minute stripper and let it sit. Before we get started, I want to thank TP-Link for sponsoring today's video. TP-Link is a global provider of both Wi-Fi, networking devices, and smart home products. I had been looking for an outdoor security camera to be able to keep an eye out on my deliveries, help check in on my family, and to help me feel safer when I'm away from home. Their outdoor wire-free security camera has a great 2K QHD crystal clear view with full night vision. It is wireless, meaning no wires are required to set it up, making it even easier to install. Its battery life is approximately 180 days, allowing you to have peace of mind once installed for 6 months before needing attention. We know that this time of year and even around the holidays, theft and crime seems to be higher. So being able to check in on your home, on your package deliveries, can give you that sense of security that you need. It can be done straight from your phone with your Tapo app, even allowing you a two-way audio to communicate with the outdoors. They're not just great for the holidays though. If you have babysitters or pet sitters, they're great cameras because you're able to check in on your babies. For me personally, I've really enjoyed being able to use the cameras to check in on the activity in my neighborhood. Be sure to check out the discount code and use the link down in the description. Thank you again to TP-Link for sponsoring today's video. After about 30 minutes, I came back to be quite disappointed that it didn't remove as much of the finish as I would have liked. There has never been a piece I used this stripper on and it didn't work, even if it required more than one coat, so I was quite surprised when the first one just didn't look like it did very much. I cleaned everything off with some mineral spirits, and before deciding if I wanted to attempt another layer of stripper or take another route, I focused on vacuuming out the base and cleaning it. By then I figured it'd be best to try and sand the old finish off instead. When my surf prep seemed to have been having trouble removing it, I switched to my orbital sander instead. Although it worked much faster, it still was not fast enough as I would have liked, so I switched back to trying a second round of stripper. A second coat of stripper definitely worked a lot better, but again, I was not impressed. At this point, I switched over to scraping off the old finish instead, and that was proving to be much faster. It was only removing the green paint layer and not what appeared to be the primer layer, so after scraping, I did another round of stripping. Keep in mind that this was over the course of 2 weeks on and off. I'm not exactly sure why, but I was very frustrated with this piece because what I thought would be an easy strip, sand, and restain project had quickly turned into a 2-week-long headache, and I needed to step away periodically to refresh my thoughts and mind and to honestly not just want to give up on it. There were smaller engraved areas that had paint in it, so I had to scrape it all out. Once the majority of the paint was removed, then I moved on to sanding everything using first 120 grit followed by 220 to smooth it out. The inside of the drawers had a lot of overspray in them, which is one of the main reasons why I assumed it wasn't the original paint job, so I went in and sanded those as well. After removing all of the dust, it was finally time to restain this piece. And yes, although I tried my best to remove the old finish as best as possible, there was a few spots still there. When I put the drawers back in place, I noticed they weren't sliding as smooth as they could be, so I made sure to add wax to help with it. I added 2 coats of matte polyacrylic. The inside of the drawer still needed some attention after sanding them down, so I made sure to clean them really well and then added some feeding wax to add some moisture and protection back to them. Once it was completely dry, I added new simple gold knobs I picked up from Amazon. Now that we're done, finally, let's remember what this piece used to look like. And what it looks like now. If you enjoyed this video and any other content just like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more and check out my full playlist of furniture flipping. I love y'all, be kind, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye!